Okay, so this is the part two of Double Dutch. Okay, we left off on page 120, um, where they were saying the chant. Okay, um, I'll read the last paragraph just so we're on the same page. Come gather around, friends. We're going to have some fun, singing and jumping Double Dutch. So now I'm gonna go on to page 121, and you could follow along with me. Coach Rocket taught the girls all he knew, and then they attended their first competition in Harlem. The girls were pulverized. This means they got beat very badly. Back in Central Islip, it had seemed that they were so talented. Everyone at Reed Junior High School was impressed by the way they could do flips and somersaults on the rope. Sure, at home the snazzy steppers were so bad. They were good, but the teams in Harlem were faster, bolder, smoother, and sassier. The girls left Harlem with no trophies and their confidence ripped to pieces. It was the most painful thing to watch. They thought they were all that, remembers Coach Rocket. Then they saw Double Dutch for the first time. The girls hid in the bathroom at their competition, feigning illness. They were so scared. They knew they were one of the weakest teams in the league. So at this point, their confidence is beat down. It's hard sometimes to think that you're at a certain level, and then you see what the competition has. It's intimidating, and it's hard to recover from. So let's see how they bounce back, or if they're able to bounce back. Okay, so thrown in here on page 122 is another chant. I had a little puppy. His name was Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank all the water. He swallowed a bar of soap. Next thing you know, it was halfway down his throat. In jumps the doctor. In jumps the nurse. In jumps the lady with the alligator purse. Out jumps the doctor. Out jumps the nurse. Out jumps the lady with the alligator purse. So see, they all had rhythm, these rhymes. They all rhymed, and they all had rhythm to help the jumpers keep on key, keep on tempo. Okay, I'm on page 123 now. The snazzy steppers were down, but by no means out. Each year they returned to competition a little stronger. First they won 5th place, then 4th, then 3rd, then 2nd. Finally, after a lot of hard work, they grabbed the number 1 spot in New York City, qualifying for the World Championships. They've been flying high ever since. They've also become the best of friends. It's a funny math, says Coach Rocket. In Double Dutch, 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 3. Oh, sorry. 1 plus 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 1. You have to be tight. If you and I are turning and we have even the tiniest bit of animosity, meaning friction or arguments towards each other, it comes out on the ropes. You're trying to get kids to care about each other, to learn about each other, to nurture each other. When it works, when a team comes together, it makes for a powerful group of young women. Each of the snazzy steppers has her favorite element of competition. Speed is my favorite thing, the challenge of it, says Debbie. Freestyle, it's where you get to express yourself, says Erica. My favorite thing, the trophies, says Caitlin. My best moment was when I learned the karate kick when I was in the 3rd grade. It's such an easy trick, but it was my first trick. The first time I ever showed the style in the rope, says Peggy. I'm the only girl on the team who came in knowing street Double Dutch. It's different from competitive jumping. In street rope, you jump long and fast. In competition, you're slowing down the rope so you could catch the trick. It was almost harder than learning from scratch. My style had to change, said Laquina. Okay, on page 125. Double Dutch is fearlessness. The audacious willingness to jump in and mix things up when life is sweeping over you from all sides in essence. overwhelming ways. The skill, ultimately the thrill, is not stopping the flow, but keeping the pace with rhythm. This is from a reporter from the New York Times said this. Commented on the sport of double Dutch jumping competition. Confidence in motion. Double Dutch is bodies in motion, not decoration. Strong, glorious, exultant. And another, double Dutch is glorious. So this was another award-winning author of Schoolgirls. So these are people from the media praising how talented these girls are, okay? All right, so on your schedule, it says to do page 126, dig deeper. So I'm just going to read a little bit and explain to you a little bit more what I want from you, okay? So it says sequence of events. Nonfiction authors often use a text structure known as sequence to organize their information. Events are presented in chronological order or the order in which they happened. To describe the relationships between events in a sequence, authors may include words and phrases such as first, then, and years ago. Sometimes authors skip over certain events in order to keep the story moving. In these instances, readers can use text clues to make inferences or to figure out what has happened on their own. In Double Dutch, the author uses a sequence of events to tell the story of the Snazzy Steppers. The arrangements of the events in time order helps readers understand how the events are connected. Look back through the selection. In what order do the important events happen, and how are they related? So, basically, wants you to reread the story. If you could see, it says event, and then it has another down arrow pointing to another event and another event. I want you to, in order, kind of summarize the story, just the important events, the important details, okay? So you would write the event that happened, then you would write a down arrow to the next event.